Hey everyone, it's Jennine, your local realtor here in the Edmonton area. Today I'm going to be going over what has happened in the market for the month of November. We're going to take a look at some numbers and just, kind of get an overview of what's been happening. So let's just dive into it. Okay, so if you've been following along to my other market videos, I've been trying to get my office set up differently to get on a big screen, but we're still on the small screen right now, so I apologize, but here we are. Okay, so let's take an overview look of what's going on. So less listings, less sales, more inventory, and a slight dip in price. And that is not unusual for this time of year. It is a little slower, but there is some other news for it, but just hang on. So if you look at this chart, you can kind of see this is January and how we quickly rose starting around February and kind of peaked in April and kind of dipped ever since then a little bit. So let's take a look closer. These are single family homes, by the way, for Edmonton within the city limits. Single family homes can mean anything from detached homes, homes without a condo board, duplexes. So there is a range of what it means to be a single family home. Okay, so for single family homes, this is the overview of what happened in November. Slight dip in sales and listings, but more inventory on the market. As you can see, we have quite a few months of inventory, a little bit more balanced than it was in the springtime, that's for sure. The average price, though, even with everything going on, the average price is still slightly higher now compared to where it was last year. So we're at, the average price is $449,000, and last year was $445,000. The $300,000 to $400,000 range in the city is still the most active, and it still has the lowest amount of inventory out of all of them. So what exactly does this all mean? For buyers, now is the time to find a deal. I know interest rates aren't ideal, but interest rates aren't lasting. So if it makes sense for you right now, this is when you find a deal, because now nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can tell the future. But what I do think is that we might have a busier than expected spring because of all the relocation. Everyone moving here from out of province, I think, is going to make it a little bit busier than people are going to be expecting. So with that said, if there's lower inventory now, especially at this price point, in the spring, there could be even less and more demand. So let's take a look at what happened before. In January, we were low. So we're heading into January, we're going to be lower, right? So by February, the price already started increasing. And springtime, the price was increasing. So if you're a buyer and you can manage it now is an ideal time to purchase. Find that deal, and then you're already, even with interest rates, you're already getting equity as it goes up. So as a seller, what does that mean? Now is the time to get your home ready to list. So figure out everything you need to do, prep it, because last year, February was the time where it started to increase. So we can very well see that again. Spring is usually busier. So prep your home, list it at the beginning of the year, and you could possibly be seeing an increase just like last year. I know with the rising interest rates and kind of a lot of uncertainty, it becomes difficult. You don't really know what to do. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to you. If you're ready, what your situation is like, nobody can tell you what to do because there's always going to be variables that will change. So make sure everything makes sense for you. And if you want to go over what that looks like for you, let me know and we could always have a chat. Okay, so condo market in November, we actually seen a bit of an increase in price, but overall it kind of remains pretty consistent. We still have a lot of inventory as usual and a slight dip in sales. So taking a look at the prices, it kind of goes up and down with the condo market. So let's take a look at some of the numbers a little closer. So we were on an increase in price month to month, but slightly below last year's at 216, but which is still very consistent. So condo market kind of remains consistent, lots of inventory, and you can definitely find some deals out there. So everything is pretty much going below list price. So there are deals out there. And that's actually something that we didn't really talk about for single family homes. So just jumping back quickly, a lot of things are going below list price again. So definitely time to find those deals, because let me remind you what spring looked like. Okay, let's go to March. Almost everything was going over list price. So if you're ready, now's the time to buy. Okay, so that's kind of just a really quick overview of what's been happening in the market. We are expected to hear another rate increase, so we'll see what happens there. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always happy to help, and we can look over your situation specifically and see what works best for you. And until next time, see you.